It also denies access to information relating to invasion of privacy, trade secret, or reports given in executive session of Congress. But the bill ensures that public interest will outweigh the harm to the interest sought to be protected by the disclosure. Once passed, all government agencies shall upload on their websites the steps, negotiations, and key government positions in contracts, agreements, or treaties. But on the second year of the 15th Congress, the FOI bill has barely moved. It remains at the committee level, frustrating advocates and a nation that waits.
It is a basic right and freedom. For more than a decade now, various groups have been pushing government to open its books, be more transparent and accountable to the public by institutionalizing freedom of information. What is in the Freedom of Information Bill? What does it open to the public? And what safeguards does it provide for the state? Is there anything to fear once this measure is passed? I'm Linda Humilia. Join me as we talk about the Freedom of Information Bill. This is ANC Presents Right to Know. With us, the two principal authors of the Freedom of Information Bill from the Senate. We have Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. From the House of Representatives, we have Deputy House Speaker and Quezon Representative Erin Tanyada. We also have Attorney Nepomuceno Malaluan, convener of the Right to Know Right Now Network. And we're also joined by Vince Lasatin. He's the Executive Director of the Transparency and Accountability Network. Gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Good evening.
Okay. Well, it was somewhat frustrating for the advocates, especially, I guess, Vince and Attorney Nepo, the last time. But we're here now, 1.5 years into the Aquino administration. Where are we in terms of passing the Freedom of Information Bill? Let me ask the two lawmakers first, but of course, feel free to interject. We may not have the Freedom of Information Bill yet, but we have freedom of expression here on the ANC Presents. Senator.
The bad news is that it's moving a little bit slowly. But the good news is we have a much cleaner and transparent government. No? Remember when we were trying to pass this during the Arroyo government, mabilis ang galaw, and until the time that we passed it sa BICAM and was waiting for the House to ratify it, the problem was really the transparency in government. So the good news is that we have a much more transparent government, and that the House, the Senate, the NGOs, and even the representatives of Malacanang are now talking. And I think when the new year comes in, we'll be able to move much faster.
Okay, in the House of Representatives.
Right now, we have consolidated all the different versions in the bill, and we have come out with a substitute version, which is up for approval by the Committee on Public Information. That's where we are.
Okay, later we'll ask the two gentlemen to walk us through the provisions of your respective bills. There are some slight differences. But let me ask Attorney Nepo first. How frustrating was it for you? You were so close to having it approved the last Congress. Only one step, which is the ratification of the BICAM report in the House.
Well, it was too frustrating to the point that we are now getting used to it. This has, as mentioned, been languishing was the word. It's been a long time, and we really felt that the Aquino administration would have facilitated a faster move. It's really a clinching of what has practically been a done deal and gone through the full legislative process in the 14th Congress. But as we know, the President himself has expressed a number of concerns. But the mixed feeling that we have right now is that a study group has been created and has crafted amendments that were meant to respond to the President's concern. And this has been submitted to the Senate Committee on Public Information. And we feel that with the study group having responded substantively to the concerns of the President, then we now see no reason why Congress should not should not start acting on it in this coming half of the 15th Congress.
I think somebody wants to join the discussion, but anyway, let me ask Vince before we go to the pertinent provisions of the bill. How important it is for us to have a Freedom of Information Act or FOI law, siguro on a personal level and as a nation which would like to project transparency. You know, the last time that the president was abroad in the U.S., he met with President Obama. The Philippines was among those that were invited to participate in the open government partnership of President Obama. So how important is it that we pass the FOI bill?
I think there can be no stronger signal from the president about his commitment to transparency than to see him support the Freedom of Information bill and support its passage, preferably in this 15th Congress. We know that the president won on a campaign platform of good governance and fighting poverty and reducing corruption. And certainly freedom of information fits squarely within that anti-corruption platform.
Did you expect encountering some I wouldn't say stumbling blocks, but some delays? As Attorney Nep said, you thought it was going to be a clincher already, given that it has gone through so much the previous Congresses.
Yes, in the opening video you showed June 4 in 2010, where the last day of Congress they didn't pass the Freedom of Information bill. And I remember all the advocates sort of assembled afterwards in the canteen of the House of Reps. Nepo brought a bottle of champagne thinking we would be celebrating, but he broke it out anyway, and we all sort of consoled ourselves with the thought that it looked imminent that President Aquino was going to be proclaimed as the winner and that he was voted into the presidency on a platform of anti-corruption. So we felt a bit of relief that he was coming to the presidency, and perhaps that the struggle to enact this law would be much less.
Are you already a bit frustrated? And I would ask the same question of Attorney Nepo. With the delays?
Yeah, as we were talking before the show started, at this point in the 14th Congress, which is about the halfway mark, we had a bill passed in third reading in the House, and the leadership of the Committee on Mass Media and Public Affairs, Public Information, had shifted to Senator Cayetano, and that gave us a lot of hope that things would start moving in the Senate. So in terms of like for like, we were definitely ahead in the 14th Congress as compared to where we are in the 15th Congress.
Attorney Nep, frustrated na ba kayo?
As I mentioned earlier, we're used to the institutional resistance to the passage of the Freedom of Information law. At some point, we did not expect it from the current administration, but then at the end of the day, we feel that that governments really would have a tendency to resist opening itself to the scrutiny of the public, and so it, in a way, thinking back, it was not really that much of a surprise. But at some point, we feel that it will have to move. Otherwise, the advocates will have to ask ourselves if really we can seriously look to this administration to push this measure. What we have learned in the 14th Congress is that when the administration does not want to pass a measure like this, however far you take it, at the end of the day, it can easily be killed, either by inaction or by such a blatant show of practically killing it. Just for us to recall, the count on the quorum was even may dagdag bawas, because there were actually congressmen who in fact stated right after the event, but it was moot because it has closed. But they were present and they were marked absent.
So ibig sabihin may quorum, but it was declared that there was no quorum.
Yes, that's true. It was declared that there was no quorum. So all official functions of the 15th Congress ended without an official end because there was no quorum.
Okay, let me ask Senator Cayetano. Walk us through a little bit on your version of the measure? Anong meron dito? What kinds of information can the public have access to? Ano yung exceptions? And what are the procedures? Siguro in general terms, what are the procedures for asking for information from the government?
First, apologies. A lot of people will not only want to join the discussion, but doesn't want this bill passed in the cell phone. When I met Attorney Nep and Vince and their group, and then sa House, Deputy Speaker Tanyada and sila Joel Villanueva of CBAC and everything, no? There were so many versions of the bill. In fact, in the Senate, there were 11 versions. No, right now, ang final namin ni Deputy Speaker Tanyada is actually the consolidated version or the BICAM report of both the House and the Senate.
last Congress.
So
right.
actually, this is the work of the House and the Senate together. Basically, we believe that it's a game changer. No, that it will really change forever graft and corruption, transparency in government. Why? Kasi ngayon, kung wala kang mga investigative journalist or wala kang leakage or wala kang tao sa loob, hindi mo makukuha yung dokumento eh. I mean, congressman ka na, senador ka na, budget hearing na, nananakot ka na, napaarestuhin mo, iko-contempt mo yung tao, hindi pa ilalabas yung dokumento. So basically, what we put together is a system or a process wherein, number one, we emphasize that this is a right and a freedom. It's not a privilege. So yung presumption, nandun parate sa dapat ilabas yung impormasyon, knowledge, or document. So, based on the submissions of Attorney Nep and Vince and the groups that they represent, they wanted a specific number of days. In this case, dapat within 7 days, pagka nag-file ang isang tao, we want this document or this information, maibigay. And then, kung i-deny, it's within a certain period of days also, let's say in 15 days, and then, kailangan very specific kung hindi ibibigay sa'yo. And then, yung appeal process, so whether you go to court or you will go to the ombudsman to force them to come out with a document, may ilang number of days. Then, let's say 15 days then. And then, pwedeng kasuhan ang kahit sino. We also intended to protect yung mga mabababa ang ranggo sa gobyerno. Why? Kasi baka sabihan ng director or ng USEC or ng secretary, wag mo ilabas yung dokumento. So, ang ginawa namin, siya madidemanda. Para pwede niya sabihin sa boss, boss, ako makukulong eh. No? So, it's basically very fundamental or simple, pragmatic steps. And then we ask the agencies to come up with a manual so that everyone knows kung sino yung mga opisyal, kung ano yung mga dokumento. But I think the other big feature here is that we had 10 items in consultation with the NGOs that the departments and the agencies, SUCs, the military, even the courts, Congress, has to put on their website. Mostly doing with procurement, with rights, etc. So, hindi mo nahihingin.
So,
punta ka na lang sa website, nandun na.
Right. Ito yung proactive part of the measure, meaning nobody has to, you don't wait for the people to ask for a copy of, let's say, certain contracts, certain bidding documents. Sila na mismo yung maglalabas. And then, excuse me, if there are other information that you want, then that's the time that media, for example, or the people, the public, people's groups will ask for it.
Yes, that's why the beauty of this bill, it had already identified the basic documents that need not be asked by any citizen. And going back, what is the beauty of the bill? It lays down the process. Dahil dati, walang proseso. Usually, mag-file ka lang ng request and then papatulugin na yung request. Walang redress yung tao kung ma-deny o sobra na sa araw na lumagpas na yung araw na paghihintay and yet hindi pa ina-actionan yung request mo. So itong panukalang batas ay sumasagot sa mga masasabi po natin, sabihin natin, hindi pinayagan, anong gagawin? Step by step. So it becomes very clear. And sabi nga po namin, outside of being a passive right, because we have identified the items that have to be published. In real, if the person does not exercise the right even to open the internet to access the web page, they would not know the information. So they have to exercise it to get that information.
Okay, let's go to I think this is the bone of contention, no? So several bones ito. Some agencies don't agree with certain documents that the bill or the FOI bill wishes to make public. So ano yung mga exception? Ano hindi pwede nating makuha as citizens, as media practitioners, as organizations? What are the exceptions to the Freedom of Information Bill?
Well, ang unang tinignan ng namin at ng mga advocates, ano yung recognized already through jurisprudence that are exempted, no? So, for example, national defense, ongoing military or police operations. If the information that you would receive would result into a strain in diplomatic relations with another country. No, I'm just abbreviating the exceptions. So these are part. Alan, maybe you want to add.
Then, of course, to respect the right of privacy, yung mga personal information. Then yung mga kumpanya, kasi yung privacy, that's more for natural persons. But yung mga kumpanya, halimbawa, may mga trade secrets sila, yung mga formula or recipe ng kanilang produkto. And then, aside from that, there are some that are already recognized by law. No? For example, yung mga privileges. No? Yung privileges between a priest and yung confessor, between a
lawyer and client.
No? Ngayon, dahil ang topic ang mga Arroyo, doctor and patient. So, and then of course, yung ang pinaka-controversial kasi dyan, Linda, is the deliberative process.
Yes.
Pag nag-uusap ang mga policy makers, how much of that can you reveal to the public and how much of that should you encourage to be secret para lahat na ilalabas nila yung ideas nila?
And this is very important because doon sa ZTE-NBN controversy, precisely Secretary Neri, NEDA Secretary Chairman Romulo Neri refused to tell the Senate kung ano yung sinabi sa kanya ni former President Arroyo.
Yes, and it was Alan who was
after
asking.
he reported to her the alleged offer of a bribe.
This is actually a take-off from the Nixon case in the U.S. Kasi si Nixon, pinapatape niya lahat ng conversations niya, pati with his top advisors, hindi lang sa cabinet meetings. No? Sa cabinet meetings kasi, kahit sabi mo secret, sa dami. And then may nandun din naman yung reporters. So usually, nalalaman din naman talaga. But yung with your top advisors, no? Usually pagka national security ang pinag-uusapan. But in the Nixon case, the Supreme Court drew the line, no? When you're doing something already that constitutes criminal action, di ba? Hindi na protected.
Hindi protected.
Yan. But actually, the bill, that's more of the exception of the bill, or it deals with that, pero incidentally. More ito yung, ang purpose nito is simple. Parati natin sinasabi, immature pa ang tao, o kaya ang tao, pinapaboto. But ang tingin namin ng mga authors at saka ng mga NGOs, mali. Ang tao mature, ang tao matalino, ang tao mas alam kung ano dapat sa kanila, but kulang sila sa impormasyon. So for example, kung sabihin, gagawa tayo ng pangalawang EDSA, saan ba dadaan? Sa north ba dadaan? O sa south? Sa east o sa west? So, ang paniniwala, if you share how this was discussed and the main points, makikita, corruption ba nangiral dito? Yung bang engineer na gumawa, may property pala doon, kaya gusto niyang daanan? Or eto ba ay gusto niya train at nag-supplier pala to ng train? O totoo bang gusto dito? No? So there are two sides to it, Linda. The other side is really that to prevent talk of officials na may ginagawa ng masama. But that's the incidental part. The main part really is to involve people. Kaya nga people power. How do you get people to discuss policy? Parati natin sinasabi, pag entertainment, gusto manood. Pagka news o ganyan, hindi masyadong interesado. Hindi interesado hindi dahil ayaw nila. Kung hindi sinashare yung information sa kanila.
Let me ask Attorney Nep, are you comfortable with the exceptions that were laid down in the bills?
Yes.
You agree that, of course, national security issues, pero may issue pa yata dyan, whether it should be national defense or national security. But let's say...
well, we are comfortable with the exceptions that were threshed out because we have to remember that the exceptions are also based on public interest in withholding information by government. In other words, it is not to the private interest except for privacy and trade secrets which pertain to private individuals. But most of the exceptions really try to secure as well the public interest. Halimbawa ay kung talaga alangan namang sabihin ng police and military that they will make a raid on a certain criminal elements. Of course, we cannot get those information because that will frustrate precisely the operations of the police. Syempre, if the information will gravely damage the integrity of the country's national defense, no Filipino would want that to happen to our country. In other words, recognize naman ang exceptions. I think it is a false statement to say na walang pagkakasundo dito sa mga exceptions na ito. Kung kaya nga ang sinasabi namin, lalo pat may ilang concerns at yun ang ina-attempt na sagutin nung study group with its amendments, ay sana'y wala nang balakid pa sapagkat sinagot na. We have heard the concerns of the President several times, and we believe that it has been addressed, even as we argue lalo na yung mga legislators natin in the 14th Congress na na-consider na actually yan nung 14th Congress pa. Napag-usapan yan.
Discussed to death, sabi nga natin sa legislative mill. But before we have some comments from social media. But before that, let me just ask, because let me cite a recent example. Yung mugshot ni former President Gloria Arroyo. I am from the media. I want to get a copy of it for publication. How does this bill deal with judicial restrictions? Kasi yun, may judicial restrictions, ano? So pag sinabi ng korte na, no, it cannot be disseminated under pain of contempt. Paano yun? How will that address? What if the courts say that you cannot have certain information?
Well, first of all, that's public record. No, they cannot restrict people from getting public record. And as a matter of fact, I believe that the court, the only reason why maybe there is this agreement, no, is because even on the side of the government, they agreed that there was a gentleman's agreement not to release. But I don't think the media would be punished if they're resourceful enough to get a picture of the mugshot or mugshots of the former president, because that is public record, and that has to be.
Ang presumption is always that dapat i-release yung information unless nasa exception.
Okay.
One of the exceptions, if it's recognized in law, for example, di ba, kung minor yung kinakasuhan, hindi nilalabas talaga ng korte yung pangalan. In fact, pwede pang kasuhan yung naglabas ng pangalan. In the case of mugshots kasi, hindi to parang privacy na in the sense that sarili niyong kuhaan sa cellphone tapos nanakawin ko yung picture. No? It's a judicial process. It's a process in the prosecution. So, advice ko na lang dun sa mga magmamugshot, mag-makeup at mag-smile kayo pag nagpa-mugshot kayo kasi it's public record.
So in that case, if there's an FOI law, the FOI law would prevail over the restriction imposed by the judge.
You see all of the people na nagpiapiano, di ba? Yung kinukunan ng fingerprints. Even Jun Lusada, nung nagpa-fingerprint, nandun naman ang media eh. So ang hirap na iba ang batas mo sa mayaman, mahirap sa former president at hindi, no? But there's nothing to stop the court and Congress, no, from looking into this and kung may sensitivities to stop it. But for example, no, yung magpapa-opera ka, and di ba, may lumabas na video isang beses na yung nurse kinunan yung operation. Clearly naman that violates the privacy of that person, plus it's unethical sa nurses. So I do believe that covered nung exceptions at nung laws yung pag-protect ng privacy ng tao.
Okay, let's read some of the comments we received from Facebook. Sabi ni Lambert, it's best to make a head count on how many in Congress will push for the passage of the FOI bill. The battle now lies in the numbers. Issue ba ang numbers? Let's say later. King says, okay ang freedom of information, gamitin lang natin sa tamang panahon at tamang paraan. Isipin muna natin kung ikasasama ng bayan o ng karamihan ang pangangalap ng impormasyon at kung oo, wag na natin ipagpatuloy. And Gregory says the FOI bill is not needed because this will just be redundant with RA 6713. I guess this is the Ethical Standards Act. Ano? Very quickly, let me ask, because there was an issue earlier, the issue of responsibility, and even our plugs, we were saying that are we responsible enough to have an FOI bill? Is responsibility an overriding issue, whether or not the people are responsible to exercise this kind of right, Vince?
I don't think it should be framed in that manner, whether we're responsible enough, because there are existing laws to deal with irresponsible use of information. If it's used to kidnap someone, of course, there are laws to deal with that. So I don't think it's a matter of whether we're responsible or not. And who is to decide? Who will make that decision when they think the 95 million Filipinos are responsible enough to use a Freedom of Information law? So I think it shouldn't be framed in that manner.
And finally, just an addendum. Do you have the numbers? Because it was in the comments earlier.
Well, I think we have the numbers as long as both chambers will act on the matter. We have proven in the 14th Congress that we were able to pass the bill in both chambers. It just so happened that the ratification process did not push through. But I'm confident that if it comes to a vote, that we will be able to pass the bill.
But
One point on that, Linda. At saka malapit na tayong maiwanan ng panahon eh. Kasi with cell phones na pwede mong kunan ng picture, scan yung mga documents with Twitter, Facebook, with ANC, ABS, with all the media and everything,
diba?
may WikiLeaks. Pati nga yung classified as confidential na ilalabas eh. So actually this law is just a confirmation of that right and making it easier. But then malapit na tayo malipasan pag hindi natin to pinasa, because there are more than one way to skin a cat and people will get the information they need.
All right, we'll continue this discussion. When we return, we ask, will the FOI bill remain on the back burner under the Aquino administration? Join our discussion via social media. We're using the hashtag FOI bill on Twitter, or post your questions and comments on our Facebook page, ANC 24/7. You're watching ANC Presents Right to Know.